Hi team, I welcome you all to the new series AI ML with Kapil Panwar. From today onwards we'll start the basics of Python. I hope that you have went through the last video which we uploaded a couple of days back where we shows that how you can download the mini Conda 3 from the Conda's official website. You can definitely select the package basis your operating system. It could be Linux, Mac OS or Windows, it doesn't matter. There are the instructions available on the website. I request you guys before going through this video, just download the Miniconda 3 or either the Python's base version from the Python's official website python.org. Once you are set with the Python installed and in your terminal when you write the Python 3 in case of base or either the Python in case of Miniconda 3, you should see the Python 3.9 .x version. If you have reached till that level, just start this video. If you haven't reached there, I'll request you guys to go through with our previous video and take a look, download that, and in case you are facing any issue in downloading the proper version of the Python or the Miniconda 3 and you need some help, please comment in this video. We'll try to reach out to you and we'll help you out in downloading the Python and setting up the environment. So today onwards in this video, as we already described that the data science is majorly the component of the three important things. First thing is the mathematics. Second thing is that how you utilize the programming language to make understand your computer that what exactly types of things you want to retrieve from those algorithms. And the third important thing is the domain specific research. Here in this course, we will discuss the mathematics behind the concepts of the data science algorithms, as well as we'll discuss the programming languages, especially the Python from the scratch, that how to use Python to do all the data science related tasks. Whenever I say the data science, it means like we are including from the data scraping, data reading, data collection, data mugging, wrangling, whatever the words you suggest and you have heard about like that. But ultimately, reading the data, playing with the data, and then passing it to the algorithms. Now, algorithm can be of the machine learning algorithms, the deep learning algorithms. It will be related to the computer vision, natural language processing. We are going to cover each and everything with the depth in this particular series. So I hope that you guys gonna enjoy this series. So for downloading VS Code, I'll request you to go to the web browser, whichever the web browser you are convenient with. Type google.com. Once you open the Google, you just need to write the VS Code and hit enter. The first link which is coming as the Visual Studio Code, code editing redefined. This is actually the website name is the code.visualstudio.com and it's provided by the Microsoft. So Microsoft has made this tool and this is actually an open source. So you just go to the download link. Here again, like you'll see, you have the option for downloading it for the Windows. Now you have the both the functionalities, like if you are using the Intel chip, you can go with the 64-bit or the 34-bit, and if you are using the RAM, then you can go with the ARM chipset. The same is available with the Linux versions. If you are using Debian or Ubuntu, you can go with the .deb, or otherwise if you are using the Red Hat or Kali, Fedora, Zeus, then you can go with the .rpm. So similarly for the Mac users, you also have the one options which is like for the Macs being used. So I'm going to download this particular session. So once you click on this, it says that thanks for the downloading, and in a couple of seconds you'll see this pop up. So I started downloading this video, like this particular tool, and it's actually of the 172 MB. Now what exactly it helps you out. So Visual Studio Code is an IDE which we will use throughout our course for writing all the Python functionalities and finding out like how you can use the Python and all these things. The best part is it has an intelligent code completion part. So it will really help you out in the beginning, like these functions hold what many other functions, or like these parent functions have how many child functions within that. And also like this has the extensions developed from the Microsoft itself, which supports the Python. So once you install that one key point, you can definitely go and like you can use all the Python related services. Second thing is like it also has the Jupyter uh, plugin available so that you can run your notebooks, like because maybe you would be going through with the other YouTube examples at the same time, and you would have seen there that the people are using the Jupyter notebook. So the same types of Jupyter notebooks can be used within the Visual Studio. Okay, so I'll just unlock this and I'll install uh, my Visual Studio, and then we'll set it up for our Python purposes. So installation process will be same. For the DAB, you will be having a package manager. If you double click on it, the package manager will open, and then you can definitely install it from there. Similarly, for the users of the Windows, you will be having that same installation click off. You can just click, and you can go through and you can accept the services. For Mac, you guys can see on my screens that how we are going to install it. So yeah, we'll say that open it. I trust this too, and yep. So I hope like we have installed it successfully. This is what is the Visual Studio code, and what I'll do is I'll just keep it in the dock option to keep it in dock, and I'll move it to my main docs. Okay. So now when you open, this is what is the getting started screen for you. It gives you some of the simple things like you can select the themes whichever you feel. I love the dark themes, that's why I'll be here, and that's it. Okay. Now let me give you some idea, like either whichever the platform you are using, your definitely UI will look similar like this. Here you have this first option which is called Explorer. In this you can add your current working folder, in which like we will be creating our files. The files can be generated as the .py files or .ipynb files for the notebooks. So you can definitely add your particular parent folder, or you can call it as a project folder, and those folders will be used like you can have a tree map within that. We'll show all these things in the next videos. You also have a search option if you want to search something in your code, and if you want to replace it something. The best part of this search and replace is like it gives you an option to change within that particular file or within the entire project. The next, this is about the Git part. So Git, definitely we are going to build a separate video about Git once we finish the Python, that how to secure your code and like how to trace back your code if you feel that something has happened or something has happened wrong, because this is really going to help you out in terms when you're going and doing this hyper tuning, until unless you go with some of the ML docs. This is for the running and testing the bugs in your Python script. So this can also be used, but we'll use it at the later stages once we are like we have known that how to use the Python and all these things. Then this fifth options is basically for the extensions. So this is a marketplace, they call it. It's just like an Play Store for your Android. So here you can go and you can download whichever the extension you require. So suppose we are for the Python and it's already showing like this is the popular one. So you can see that the provider is the Microsoft, and already like the 37 millions plus users are there. So I just click on the install, and once you click on the install, it will install that particular file. Now it will just take a bit of time to install the Python. So right now, if you see on the downside, these two connections are actually related with your Git. Now again, what is the Git? Just leave it right now. We'll discuss it in upcoming videos. Here you don't see any of like whichever the language you are using, but once you install this extension Python, we will see that which particular Python virtual environment you are using for this particular thing. Here you have the notification if any updates or any packages, new updates are available, you will be notified from this particular bell icon. And from here, like you can see that like you can manage about your resources and all these things. Also, like if you have some of the account, like if you have the Git account already, or like if you have a Microsoft account, you can definitely go and sign in, so that your all the extensions and the local setup which you do, like your theme customization, all these things will be saved with that particular ID. So in future, if you change your system, you can definitely go, you can just install it, you can log in, and rest of the things it will take care of automatically. So now if you can see that the Python, it shows the disable and install, it means like my package is already installed there. Let me go to this particular part, and let me open a particular folder. I'll open my desktop location for today, because we haven't given any dedicated, or let me build a new folder which we say is that the AI ML with Kapil. Okay, so done. We have created a folder, and I have asked it to fetch that particular folder. Uh, yeah, I trust this all is like a security system. You may not see in this pop-ups in your Windows or the Linux. Now you see that it's showing me that the folder has been imported to the AIML Kapil Panwar, but we don't see any of the files or something, because it's really an empty folder. If you want, like I can show it to you here. I'll just go to desktop, we build this folder, and this folder is actually empty. Correct. Now what we'll be doing is like we'll be creating some files or folders within that. So the first function is for the creating file, second is for the new folder, third is for the refresh. So if I want to create a new file, I'll just say, and I'll say that the intro to python.py. So .py is the extension for the Python file particularly. So now you see that the moment we hit it, it says that now the Python extension is loading. So now it will load a Python extension. And if you see, I have installed the Miniconda 3, so you'll see that the Python 3.9.164-bit, and that's also available from the Miniconda 3 virtual environment. Now, if you have installed the Miniconda and if it's not showing the Miniconda here, it's still referring to your system's Python. You just need to click it here, and it will show you all the interpreter of the Python which is installed in your system. So like my system has a 3.8 by default. So if I want to use 3.8, I can just click it here. If I want to go with the Miniconda's virtual environment, I'll go with here. If you want to go with the Python 2, you can go with there. But actually, that has been like stopped the support from the Python. So there's no way of going back. We'll be definitely be working in the Python 3.9. So I've selected this particular version. Now, the moment when you are here to the Python, now I'll just show you that how it behaves. But before going to that, we will be definitely be requiring a terminal to run the program. This is what is a script. In a script, you can write down things, but you will definitely be required a terminal to run it out. So the moment you see it here on the top, the terminal, you can click it to the new terminal tab, and you'll see that you have a terminal available here. It's clear. Now you see that the moment when you open the terminal, it's already in your parent directory. Like it's already pointing to the desktops and the particular folder where we are. It has taken the base environment, like which is actually my like the Python environment particularly in which I'm. Okay. Now, what things we'll learn first is to create an virtual environment. You see that here it's saying the virtual environment, but actually it's pointing to its base. So what we am going to do is I'll say that conda create hyphen n. I'll give an virtual environment name my env, my environment. Then I'll give it the Python version, which I'm going to use as the 3.9. The moment you hit it out here in the terminal, it will do some of the processing and it will create a new environment. It will ask you for the rights to install all this base library. So now what is an environment? Environment is actually a complete package of Python with which is actually pointing to a different path. So whenever you are running this particular file, it will be linked to that path which has this new version of Python. So as this Python is completely separate Python, you can install your libraries with the different versions, and that's how you can avoid a conflict of the different library versions for your different packages running in the same system. So now let's activate it. So conda activate my env. Right. So now you'll see that here I have the my env. Now let me write the Python. It has pointed to the 3.9.5. So that's great. Like it has installed the new version of Python for me. Okay, so now you see that we have already installed and created a new virtual environment. So now we are ready to use this MyEnv virtual environments Python for learning our Python. In next section, we'll learn about the scratch, like how the Python's keywords are, what are the reserved keywords, and how to take it ahead with the different types of variables.